Thank you, sir, for your testimony. Martha Boone Schultz. Oh, and if maybe the staff could give the sign-up sheet to Mr. McClellan as well to make sure that all the testifiers sign in, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chairman Latz and committee members.
Welcome to the committee.
Hello, my name is Martha Schultz. My older sister Maria would be here to testify today, but she is currently living in Colorado with her 7-year-old daughter, my niece, Greta. They are living there in order to legally access Charlotte's Web, a safe and legal liquid form of medical cannabis. Greta takes this mixed in with her food 3 times a day. This medical cannabis has been such a miracle for Greta, but since it is not legal in the state of Minnesota, their family made the tough decisions to move Greta and Maria to Colorado, while Greta's father, Mark, and 2 older sisters, Emma and Laura, ages 13 and 10, continue to live at home on their family farm in Clinton, Minnesota. Greta started seizing at 5 months of age, was diagnosed with infantile spasms at 7 months, and her condition has further deteriorated into a Lennox-Gastaut syndrome, which is a severe form of epilepsy in which Greta has to endure multiple types of seizures each day and has severe developmental delay. Mark and Maria have done everything possible that they can to help control Greta's epilepsy over the past 7 years. To date, Greta has failed 15 different epilepsy medications, 2 strict specialized diets, and even brain surgery. This past summer, after much research and prayer, Mark, Maria, Emma, and Laura decided that moving part of their family to Colorado was necessary to give Greta the greatest shot at seizure freedom. Greta's longtime epilepsy physician from St. Paul even supported them going to Colorado. He knew that Greta had run out of options to treat her epilepsy. So they went to Colorado, purchased a home there, went through the rigorous process of getting Greta approved for medical cannabis, and were finally able to start Charlotte's Web on November 12, 2013. Since starting the medical cannabis, Greta has enjoyed nearly 80% decrease in her seizure activity, has been able to get off 3 of the pharmaceuticals that she was taking, and most importantly, started doing things like she has never done before, such as being able to hold a spoon and bring it to her mouth. Greta's teachers in Colorado have been so impressed with her progress, they have increased her time in the mainstream classroom each day at school. We are also super excited that she recently started giving kisses again, an ability that her epilepsy and her medications have taken away from her for over 3 years. But now that is back too, thankfully. Such amazing progress is being made with the medical cannabis Greta is taking. So why in the world can't this family be back together and be able to give Greta the medicine she needs while in the comforts of her home with her family around her here in Minnesota? Bringing the cannabis back to Minnesota would risk a federal felony conviction, child endangerment, and a Minnesota state misdemeanor conviction. Maria would also risk losing her master's and bachelor's license in nursing, in addition to possibly losing the access to Charlotte's Web, the only treatment that is currently helping decrease Greta's seizures. This risk is just too great. Greta absolutely adores being with her family, especially her sisters, and this is something she has been able to do only 18 days of the last 170 days. Maria and Greta are not only separated from Mark, Laura, and Emma, but also away from grandparents, aunts and uncles, cousins, and lots of friends back in their community. It would be illegal for her to come back to Minnesota, even if it was just for a short time. This is just not right, and it sure is not fair. The medical cannabis that Greta is taking in Colorado does not and would never give anyone a high because of the extremely low amount of THC that is in the cannabis she takes. It is safer than any of the prescription medications she has been on over in the past 7 years. But they legally cannot bring it back home or even access it in their home state of Minnesota. The best medical treatment that Greta has ever had, and it is illegal in our state. This is so unfair and so wrong. You have all been elected to serve the people of this great state of Minnesota, and you have the power today to help change this law in Minnesota. For our family's sake and for the sake of so many others who are suffering, please pass Senate Bill 1641 today and help bring Greta and Maria back home. Thank you for your time and your consideration.
Thank you, Ms. Schultz. Any questions on members of the committee for Ms. Schultz? Senator Hall.
Thank you. Ms. Schultz, could you tell me, Greta, what type of cannabis does she take?
Charlotte's Web.
Okay.
It is a
oil?
specific strain. It is a liquid form. It is an oil. And they either mix it in with her food 3 times a day, or else they put it in an empty gel capsule that's easier for her to take.
Good. Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions for Ms. Schultz? Would you like to introduce the 2 people with you?
Sure. This is Emma, Greta's older sister. She is 13. And then this is Laura, who is 10. And so we've got the family pictures here because, unfortunately, Greta is not able to come here and meet you all in person. But so we wanted to certainly put a name with a face today.
Well, thank you, all 3 of you, for appearing here today.
Thank you.
Christy Pauling.